What is next for Bitcoin, guys? Are we going to 94K or 87K? Let's check the charts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Whenever you're watching this video, welcome to the Bitcoin family channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi, and to be very clear, I am not a financial advisor. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. This is my sole opinion on the charts, on the news, and on life, guys. Now let's quickly jump into today's video, as I have 3 epic news items, 5 amazing charts, 1 inspirational quote. Let's quickly start. Bam. First news item, guys, about X. Elon Musk just announced that he will launch in-app Bitcoin tracking and maybe even trading and buying, which means almost 700 million users will get access to Bitcoin prices and to Bitcoin buying, and maybe in the future even Bitcoin trading. X will become this new financial tool instead of just social media. It's not only to express your opinion and to share whatever you think you want to share about life, about whatever it is, but now you will also be able maybe to transact Bitcoin, at least track the prices. Maybe step 2 is buy Bitcoin. Maybe step 3 is exchange Bitcoin. And maybe step 4 will be sending Bitcoin from your X account to another person's X account. And then X is not only the biggest social media platform anymore, and then it will become one of the biggest financial systems and providers of the whole world, with more than 700 million customers that directly get access to Bitcoin, and probably in the far future also sending those Bitcoins to other users that make all of other financial institutions like banks not really needed anymore. Because then we have a platform that completely is transparent, where I can tweet whatever I want, post whatever I want, where I can share whatever I want, where I can read wherever I want, where nothing is being cancelled, etc. That I can also at the same time then use to buy maybe Bitcoin and maybe even to send Bitcoin in the future. This is my honest opinion on X. This will become what Elon Musk has always intended it to become. The moment he registered the X.com domain years ago, he said this is going to be a financial platform. It became social media first, through Twitter, then converted into X, still social media. Step 2, it will become a financial platform that we all will be able to use, and by that, disconnect money completely from the state. I think it's a very important step for the future of human beings, that money will be disconnected from state. That's my honest opinion. That's why I invest in Bitcoin. Not only to have some profits, but also to live a freedom lifestyle on an asset that is completely disconnected from state. That is my main reason for being in Bitcoin. Freedom. Now, let's jump into the second news item. Second news item, people keep asking me, but Didi, I don't want to leave Europe, I want to stay in Europe, and where can I live in Europe that I don't pay taxes on my Bitcoin? It's very simple, guys. You just move to Germany, or you move to Portugal, or you like cold, or you like the sun. In Portugal, you have the sun. And yes, you can't take NHR anymore. We have NHR, which means 10-year no tax on Bitcoin, but Portugal still has the main rule. If you hodl your Bitcoins longer than 1 year, you don't pay tax. And if you're an investor, you do want to hodl your Bitcoins longer than 1 year. You want to hodl your Bitcoins for 4 years, 8 years, or even 12 years. So all the Bitcoins you buy now, during the next bull market, you can easily sell them in Portugal without paying tax. Because then you held them for another 4 years. Because I think the next bull market will be 2029. So if you buy now, and you hodl for 1 year, you're able to sell. Probably then we are at the bottom of the bear market, so you're not going to sell. You wait another 3 years longer, and we are at the next stop. And you sell, and you don't pay taxes in Portugal and Germany. I think those are the only 2 countries in Europe that you can still go to. I don't know sure about Cyprus. I also know that if you move to Bulgaria, which also is EU nowadays, they are not that strict on your Bitcoins. You won't be paying tax over there. I think Greece, I think nobody pays tax in Greece. I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor, to be very clear. But in my opinion, I have visited Greece a few times. and talk to a lot of business owners, I don't think anyone in Greece is paying tax. Of course, especially not on those small islands. You can hide away there with your Bitcoins in Europe as well. You know, you can be in many places in Europe. But if your Bitcoins are bought in a full KYC way, so they know that you are the owner of those Bitcoins, you should be paying tax. And if you don't want to pay tax, then you should be moving to a country where you can hodl your Bitcoins longer for 1 year and not pay tax. If you have or hodl Bitcoins that nobody knows of, why are you even worrying? You can cash out all over the world. You can use beautiful debit cards. Check those ones down below in the description. There's a lot of debit cards that you can send your crypto to, and you spend them all over the way, up to $1 million per day with debit cards. Just check them. They are down below. Redot is a beautiful one. Tavao is a nice one. You can all use these. So you don't need to cash out into your bank account, so your government can't see that you're cashing out to your bank account and by that not tax you. There's many creative solutions. If you want to learn more about that, then join ddbambam.me. That is where we educate people in a beautiful private group on all of these matters, guys. Now, there were the 2 news items for the day. Let's jump now into the charts to show you exactly what is happening to Bitcoin. Bam. The first chart for today, guys. Yes, 4-hour chart and some coffee. Bull market vibes? Do we still have bull market vibes? Let me show you on the chart. Let me give you first the answer to the question that I opened the video with. Are we going to go to 94K or 87K? This is the reason why I opened it. Look, we are finding resistance at 91,000 US dollar. We can't break it. We have tried now with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles, and then we had some pause, save 9 candles, trying to break that resistance level of 91K. This green line over there, this is the resistance. Now, as long as we don't break that, we're not able to go to there. So we have 2 options. We break it, we retest it, and we move up strong to that level over there, 94. Or again, we get like rejected over here, try it again, and if we get rejected again, we can fall down all the way to this area here, 87K, where there's a lot of support. If you break that, main support is over there. That is one of the moves I am waiting for, and I want to see a confirmation before I take that trade. So I want to see a candle close above this green line, then a retest, and then I want to see a strong move up. That is a normal move that you should be seeing on the 4-hour chart in Bitcoin, and that is the one I am expecting. I'm expecting we will have a retest of 94K, and later even we will go to 97K. That's what I expect. So for me, it should be going something like this, something like that. Then we get rejected, we break it, we retest it, and then we move up again to those levels. That is what I want to see before like the end of January. Then I can still start to believe, hey, Q1 could become more bullish in February or March. We could even make a new all-time high. If that doesn't happen, then we need to zoom out and we need to see that we are still in a bearish trend. If you look to this chart, there's a weekly, 5-day chart, sorry, every candle is 5 days. We can see this was the top. Let me draw. This was the top over there. And since that moment, we have been going down. We haven't been breaking this line. So if you would draw that line with a straight line, for example, there, yeah, more easy, simple like this, look, this is now the resistance. And as long as we don't break that trend line, we are not reversing the trend. The trend is your friend, and you trade with the trend. So at the moment, for me, I am bearish. I am very bearish. What I want to see is that we break this line, go into the Gaussian channel, maybe retest the bottom, go up to the midline, maybe break that midline, retest the midline, and go up to the top line. That's where we see 105,000 US dollar. And from there, I want to see a new all-time high. Then I start to believe that we have an extended bull market. Until that moment, we are, in my opinion, in a downtrend. This is a downtrend. I can't see any channel bullishness in this. We are going lower and lower and lower. So for me, it's very simple. The charts tell me and show me the truth. As long as these candles do not break into this Gaussian channel, I will stay bearish. The moment we break into that Gaussian channel and go towards that midline, I'm turning slightly bullish. The moment we break that midline and go to the top, that's when I get a little bit more bullish. And the moment we get out of that channel, retest that top of the channel, and then go up, that is when I will be confident that there will be an extension of the bull market. Until that moment, for me, every time is happening the same. The moment we get down below the Gaussian channel, we have a bear market. And it is in each and every bull market the same story. I will go to this one over there. And as in each and every bull market, the same story. We go down below it, it's bear market. Let's go back to 2017. We went down below it, bear market. So for me, there needs to be a lot of bullishness in the charts for me to become a little bit more bullish, guys. But yeah, let's see. I'm not a financial advisor. This is my opinion on the charts. On the weekly chart, we can see something very positive. Okay, let's get some positiveness in it as well. Because the last couple of times that we saw this happening, that we can see over here now in the bottom, the last time we saw this happening, guys, it was very bullish. And what I mean with this is when the blue line is above the red line, and when the blue and the red line go above this dotted line, the 20 level, that is the moment that I will start to get more bullish again. Why? Look to the previous couple of times. There, we went above that dotted line and the blue line was on top. This was a move from here, 77, all the way to 125K. The time before was over there, when the blue was above the red and above the dotted. This was a move, to be very clear, of 53 all the way to 106,000 US dollar. Large moves. The time before that, over there, big move, 40K to 70K. The time before that, over there, big move. Here, 26K all the way to 48K. And this is almost happening now again. So it's very important that that move happens. Even this time over there, look, we went above it, a very short period of time. Still, this was a move from 100K, 110K to 126K. There's a 25K move just by this small bump. So yes, this is very bullish. And if you look to that on the 2-week chart, we can see that it also is very close to something very bullish. If those two lines move above the 20 level, that is when fireworks start. Each and every time. There, it was fireworks. There, it was fireworks. There, it was fireworks. So yes, if this happens, this move is an indication I should start to get more bullish again. But the move still needs to happen. Now, do I have other charts? Yes, I have a few of them over here. This is the first thing I want to share with you guys. Who are the big whales at the moment? Who's hodling all those bitcoins and who's making the moves in the market? At the moment, we can see Satoshi has 4.6% of the supply. We can see Strategy has now 3.2% of the supply. United States has 1.56% of the supply. Then we have Block 1, Tether, Mt. Gox, Winklevoss Twins. They have also 0.33, impressive. United Kingdom, you know, Meta Planet. All of these have a big amount of the supply. Why? Because they hold 12,000 bitcoins, 13,000 bitcoins, like 30,000 bitcoins, 30,000 bitcoins, 44K, no, 968,000 bitcoins Satoshi, and Strategy has now 672. I think his goal is to own more than Satoshi. But look, in 2025, a lot of them started to add more bitcoins. 226K here, United States 130K, Tether 13K. A lot of big moves and accumulations. The only one that sold a lot of bitcoins was Binance. They sold 35,000 bitcoins. So if you ask me, who is suppressing the Bitcoin price? Somebody keeps selling. Now, even Trump bought 12K in this year. Next chart is this one. To which level could Bitcoin drop? Now, if we look at the realized price through the US ETFs, then that price is 79,000. And mostly we can wick through it a little bit, but because that is the realized price from all the ETFs combined, they won't let it drop much further below it. So 79K is a spot ETF level that will be difficult to break in the future. The bear market indication is 40 to 60,000 US dollar, which would mean all the spot ETFs should have been selling with loss if we drop down below the 79K level. If we look at Bitcoin in its core, we have never gone down below the BTC electrical cost. And that electrical cost is at the moment also at 71,000 US dollar. And you might say, yeah, but electrical cost can also move down. Yes, it can. But it doesn't move down with 50%. No, this is a move down. This is how far it moves down. This is how far it moves down. This is how far it moves down. So that is normally the bottom where Bitcoin bear market bottoms. COVID crash, bear market bottom. So keep an eye on the BTC electrical cost. It is at 70K. It could easily fall back to 50K, but then still the bottom would be above 50K. So if you want to know where the bottom is, keep your eyes on the charts. And the moment we reach that bottom, I will be here to tell you, as a non-financial advisor, to start buying more Bitcoins again. Then we have this one. This is the 12-year trend support. I found this one also on Twitter. I don't know whose Twitter it was. I found it on Twitter. But this one shows us, hey, there is this line that we have been holding as support for 12 years on the monthly chart. So we held a support there. It started over here. We held a support there, and we are now acting around that line. So would that mean we would have that last final huge push to 160 and then drop again back to that line around 90 as a bear market bottom? Then that line would stay intact. The moment we will break this line, then believe me, 48K levels is not that strange to fall to. And then that line has been invalidated. And then the 12-year trend support has been gone. And then it just was another 4-year cycle with a bear market of 12 months. So let's see, exciting times, but it's going to close in another 18 days. We will find out if the support of the 12-year trend support line has still held. Okay. Then we have this one, very interesting. The MACD on the 2-monthly chart has crossed bearish, guys. And to be very clear, this chart is created by Titan of Crypto. Whenever that MACD goes bearish on a 2-monthly chart, we just have a bear market. So here, it went from green to red. Look, we already had the top in 2017. We went a little bit down, and then it crossed red, and that was another 50% drop. Now, here, 2021, we already had that top. We went sideways a little bit. From there, the moment that it became red, we had a bear market. We crashed with 64%. We had the top. We went already sideways. We are now again turning red. The blue line is crossing the yellow line, like always. Does that mean we will have a 50% crash? And will that 50% crash be to around 45,000 US dollar? That is the question. In my opinion, we are in this bearish move. In my opinion, I should be preparing you to hodl your Bitcoins for your long-term portfolio, to already have sold your trading portfolio into USDT stablecoins and wait for that crash to happen to buy them back cheaper. If you think that that is not the safe way to play, then there is another solution. I will talk about that at the end of this video. Because also on this chart, we can see that the top should have been in already. How do you see this? Just look at the chart. The top was there exactly when the black line moved out of that dark yellowish line into the striped area. Here, the top was in. There, the top was in. You know, it was a double top. First time, second time. Here, we are moving downwards. The top should be in, if you ask these charts. Now, that were the charts for today, guys. And I do understand that it's very difficult to play that game. It's very difficult to time the market. It's very difficult to understand when exactly to buy, when exactly to sell. Of course, we educate people through the Didi Bam Bam platform, didibambam.me, but still people find it difficult. The moment you find this difficult, you should be starting to structure your portfolio in a different way. First of all, you should believe really in Bitcoin. You should hodl a huge pot. Let it be